Fair play.
Listen, Arsenal are a very good side. People just need to get over it. And every single time someone praises Arsenal, it becomes a thing. Unfortunately, I do have to agree with Mo. Anytime Arsenal's like positive stuff regarding Arsenal, people, oh, you're twerking. Yeah, Habibi, every time Arsenal win a game, I am gonna praise them because people do too much bullshit. My issue is every time Arsenal beat someone, we're supposed to sit up here and say the other team was crap. This is the thing that just pisses me the F off. Last Saturday, Leicester played the best game of their season. So how can you say they're crap? James Justin's probably never going to score a goal as good as that till he retires. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time, and it's funny because, Terry knows I do watch along, Mo knows this. When I first started, I always ask people, what's your prediction? Yesterday, 3-1 PSG, 2-0 PSG, PSG are going to win. Blah, blah. And then when the game ends 2-0, PSG are crap, man. Barcola had like eight GA in the last 3 games. And yesterday he got locked up and people just carried on with their lives regularly. Yeah. There's a difference between twerking and acknowledging the fact that Arsenal are a good team and people just need to get over it. People want us to sit up here and go like, oh, Arsenal are shit. Arsenal are crap. No. Arsenal are a very good side and they've shown it. And they've shown it over a long ass period of time as well. So this ain't new. This ain't Arsenal. Arsenal didn't become good yesterday. Arsenal have finished above Liverpool 2 years in a row. Arsenal have challenged Manchester City for a league title 2 years in a row. And there's something about the Champions League, unfortunately, I have to agree with Pep as well. One time in his press conferences, Pep was saying stuff and he was going like, look, it's not even about winning the Champions League straight away. It's being there and thereabouts. Meaning, you get to a quarterfinal, you get knocked out. You get to a semi-final, you get knocked out. And then maybe you lose a final, and then you end up winning it eventually. So the Champions League is a thing where you have to build yourself step by step to get to that level. That's what I'm saying. So with Arsenal, I don't believe they can win the Champions League this season. But that's not an insult. It's just the fact that they have to build. Unless they get the easy side of the draw. Meaning Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern all on one side, and it's like Arsenal, Inter Milan, AC Milan, blah, blah, blah on the other side. That's when they have a chance of winning the Champions League. But right now, as things stand, I wouldn't say that they can win the Champions League. I think Arsenal will be Premier League champions this season. So that's where, I kind of...
So you're analyzing this team and you think Arsenal are closer to win the league than the Champions League. The way
I'll tell you why, Mo.
Yeah.
Tell you why. The Champions League is won in moments, Habibi. You know this. You're an Inter fan. I know this as a Liverpool fan, and Terry knows this as a United fan. Yes. Terry cannot tell me that he won the Champions League in 08, 09, and 99 without moments. Moments win you Champions Leagues.
No, but this is the thing. Moments.
Sorry. I just want to say the reason why I say Arsenal are going to win the Premier League is they have the best defense in the league. And Alex Ferguson, what did he say? Attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. If they can shore their defense up like the way that they do till the end of the season, 38 Premier League games, I am going to say, yes, they will be league champions because they have the best defense in the league. That's the logic.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right about moments. Moments happen. On top of that, if you look at Man United winning it in 2008, 2007, we got to the semi-finals, did well in the first leg, but got battered by a very good AC Milan in the second. You go back 2 or 3 years prior to that, we were going out in the group stages. And Fergie was building a new team, and we got progressively better in the competition, and we won it. Got to the final 2 years running. In fact, we got to 3 finals in 4 years. Unfortunately, only won one of them. 99, you go back and look through the 90s. Obviously, we were screwed over by the homegrown rule. But, we got to, we got really close, and then eventually we won it. And that's why when people say the journey isn't important, it blows my mind, because the great achievers, the great winners, so all they speak about is the journey and understanding when talking about specific teams. So in another 4 or 5 years' time, and I know that Arteta has been at Arsenal for 4 or 5 years, but let's not pretend that he did not have a team capable in the first 2 to 3 years, capable of winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. Their squad had to be gutted and rebuilt to be in a position to do it. Now, I agree. If Arteta would have taken over and if Arteta came in now today with this Arsenal team that had been this close, and then in 5 years' time had won nothing but an FA Cup in his first year, I think it'd be absolutely right to turn around and go, I think he's massively underachieved. But you have to look at the overarching context here. Now, the last season and a half, couple of seasons, he's at a point where he should be winning, and he's now being judged, in my opinion, on the trophies that he does or doesn't win, and I think that's absolutely right. But most managers, Zidane's an anomaly. Zidane is an anomaly of a manager that comes in and basically does a three-peat almost straight away, wins Champions Leagues. It's rare. But again, you have to look at the team he took over. He didn't take over the sort of a Real Madrid that was in transition because a lot of its stars had flopped. He took over a team that had won the Champions League just a couple of years earlier. You always have to apply the context to these situations. And look, it's going to be hard for Arsenal to win it. But when your defense is formidable, you always have a chance. As great as Liverpool and City both were in the last 8 years in England, the biggest thing I praise, I always felt was ignored the most by the media, was how well structured they were out of possession when it came to stopping their opponents. And that, for me, is what Arsenal have got almost perfect at this particular moment. And if this maintains for the majority of the season, they are one of the favourites in every single competition that they are in. And, they might get a little bit of help along the way, City and Madrid get knocked out by, anything can happen in the knockout stages. City and Madrid get knocked out, unexpected. Some teams that are capable of winning the Champions League are going to come outside the top 8 in this league.
Well, you do agree they have to be on a specific side of the draw as well. I
don't think they have to be. I think it depends. You could be on the harder side of the draw, but it depends what happens in those other games. So, for instance, say they're on the side of the draw where you've got City and Real Madrid are on that side of the draw, but City get knocked out by AC Milan because AC Milan just have 2 games where it's like, fucking hell. And that happens. We saw Lyon knock them out as an example, right? And Real Madrid, Real Madrid, they go out unexpectedly. It can open up. But the thing is, this is what will happen to Arsenal. If Arsenal win the Champions League, but a couple of the big boys get knocked out by each other or other people before Arsenal play them, people will try to discredit it. But listen, Man United got to a Champions League final once. We played Shakhtar in the semis, bruv. It happens sometimes. It just happens sometimes. Interestingly, though, the 2 times I've seen the Champions League be won by Man United are the 2 hardest runs I've ever seen us had from group stage right through to the final. Interestingly, I prefer it when we get hard runs because that's when we've won. Whenever we get a run where we get 2 or 3 games, I'm like, this is quite easy to get through to the next round. We typically don't win the tournament. Some super chats here I want to go to before the end of the show. First one says, the knockout rounds of the Champions League is very different now. It's like the NBA playoffs where seeding matters. So finishing in the top 8 is important for games played. Yeah, look, I agree. And you might find, as I've said, you could get a Madrid or you get a top team that doesn't make it in the top 8. And then they've got to play a playoff game. Well, they get beat in the playoff game. Anything is possible this season. It's very hard to say. Terry, can you guys do Premier League predictions for game week 7 at the end of the show? Interest of time, we'll do each teams. Liverpool, who do you play this weekend?
We play Crystal Palace.
Home or away?
Away, 12:30 kickoff. We're going to win 2-0.
And Mo, I'm going to give you Man United versus Aston Villa. What's the score going to be?
3-1 Aston
Villa. This Cole Palmer is the best in the league.
Oh, why can't we give you a game?
Because we're running out of time. I've got to go out.
Chelsea, in like Nottingham Forest. Give me your prediction.
Chelsea 4-0.
Wow.
If you take this week's 4 goals, he has 2 assists and 2 goals and 3 assists. If you take out 1 Haaland hat trick, he has 7 goals. I love the show. Yeah, but one's an attacking midfielder and one's a striker, by the way.
Big up Clinton, Mark.
So, off topic, Mo, how good has Conte been at Napoli?
No, it's just a changing mentality, which is why I said Conte should have gone to Man United for short term.
And Scott McTominay looks brilliant. Best player is Saliba, played every minute in 2022. No, he has been great. Terry wants Arsenal to win the Champions League. Arsenal fan confirmed. I said if an English club's going to win it, I would pick them because they haven't got one. But I gave all the rationales about defending my club. As an Arsenal fan, I know we'll win the Premier League, but not the Champions League. We need more Champions League experience. City won't win any big cups this season. Ooh, big claim. Chelsea fans acting insecure post-Roman, always looking for validation of their players, always trying to put them in debates with other players unprompted. Thank you, Mr. Happy. Pep provoking Arsenal for war as if he didn't start it. Hassam, already done that one. There. Big up, fellas. Hassam, I have a good question. Is Liverpool versus Arsenal a tougher win or Liverpool versus Leverkusen in the Champions League? Which game's harder?
Arsenal is by far tougher. 100%. Leverkusen yet have to establish themselves, both in the UCL and in any fixture.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
yeah. Which one do you think's harder?
I'll tell you which games
No,
are
because
tougher
they play Arsenal at home and Leverkusen they play away.
these are the games that are tougher than Arsenal.
Did you get my point, Hussam? The Arsenal
Yeah.
at home, Leverkusen away is different.
Yeah, I'm still saying Arsenal. I'll tell you why. These are the games more difficult than Arsenal in the Champions League. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Inter Milan. Those are the 4 I'd say are tougher than Arsenal.
You're playing at home anyway. It is what it is.
But anyway, خلاص, let's not argue it. Still, Arsenal have to establish in the Champions League. Mo, give them some time, Habibi. Relax.
There we go.